This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so as I said, we will be covering the rapid implementation concept, where you will be creating your majority of your GL configurations by using the spreadsheet. Okay, so how you are going to do, we will see that right now. Okay, so to do that, you should have the user should have an application implementation consultant role. Why? Because you need to download the spreadsheet. It is an Excel based spreadsheet from which you are going to upload the configurations. Okay, so how you are how you are going to download the spreadsheet is from the setup and maintenance, right? So the by using this application implementation consultant, we are given with an option where the setup and maintenance which gets enabled for you with the role called application implementation consultant, right? So from the setup and maintenance area, I'm going to the global search, and here just search for the rapid implementation. So define common financials configurations for rapid implementation. Okay, there are various tasks with the rapid implementation string. Okay, just go to the task called define common financials configurations for rapid implementation, because this task will give you list of the rapid implementation configuration spreadsheets that can be used for your financials. Okay, just below that there is another task called define common procurement configurations for rapid implementation, which means the procurement related configurations can also be done by using the rapid implementation for the specific task called procurement. Okay, so since we are interested in financials, I'm just going into the financial configurations for rapid implementation. So once we clicked over there, it has taken you to the page where there are many tasks which are listed. Okay, so by using this rapid implementation financials configuration for rapid implementation, these are the various configurations that can be achieved by using these spreadsheets. Okay, manage geographies is one of them. Create chart of accounts, ledger, legal entity, and business unit in spreadsheet, which means by using this task, the second task, we can create the chart of accounts, ledger, legal entity, and business unit, which means chart of accounts will cover the chart of account structure instance, as well as the value sets and values, right? To create a chart of accounts, to create chart of accounts, these are the prerequisites, these are the configurations that you will be doing manually, right? So this entire configurations can be done by using this create chart of account. Ledger, obviously we're going to create the ledger, legal entities, as well as the business units. So far we were trying these configurations manually so far in the applications. Okay, but by using this spreadsheet, you can you can create all the configurations till the creation of business unit. Okay, from the business unit, whatever the subledger configurations that are required, you need to do it manually. Okay, so there are likewise there are many tasks. So upload chart of accounts. So this is just once, see, once you fill up this data, so we will see that in couple of minutes. Okay, once you fill up this data, this file needs to be uploaded. So how do you upload it? These are the tasks: upload chart of accounts, upload ledger and legal entity. These are the two tasks by using which the data you are going to fill up in the spreadsheet is going to be uploaded back into the application. Okay, once the upload process completes normal, then the configurations are going to be created in the application, depends upon the data you fill in the spreadsheet. Similarly, there are many tasks. Create cross-validation rules in spreadsheet, which means if any one of you remember, as part of GL, we have discussed the cross-validation rules created where it restricts the code combination, right? Even that also gets, can you, if someone is not speaking, can you please go on mute? Cross validation rules also can be created by using the spreadsheet. Create branches and create bank branches and bank accounts, which are part of your cash management. Okay. Similarly, there are a few other rapid implementation spreadsheets are available for your tax module configurations. Okay. So let me go into the task called create chart of accounts, region, legal entity, and business unit. It should download one spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet from the application. Okay, just open it. Okay, go into the edit mode. Okay, so once you are done, there are the application, the spreadsheet gets opened up on your screen with an instruction page where how you should use this spreadsheet in the upload process. That is what it gives you in detailed description about this spreadsheet. Okay, and there will be additional tabs. There are 4 to 5 tabs, 4 to 5 tabs wherein which you need to punch in your wherein which you need to punch in the application, the configuration related details in the spreadsheet. Okay, one of them is the chart of account structure, COA, which is chart of account structure, calendar and ledger. The business units tab, companies and legal entities, natural account, and financial sequences. Financial sequences, just keep it as aside. Okay, we'll discuss later. So out of which, by using the COA and calendar, the ledger, the chart of account structure instance as well as ledger is going to be created by using this one. Business units are obviously the source for creating your business units. What does this companies and legal entities and natural account? If you remember, to create any uh, structure, chart of account structure or ledger, the minimum required segments are two, right? As per Oracle, right? The company which is balancing as well as the account which is the natural account. That is why application, the spreadsheet gets opened with two default sheets. Okay. So what you are going to do here, you are going to punch in the, we are going to provide the data inside this Oracle, spreadsheet application, so that the data will be, the configurations will be created in your application. Okay, so just go through this instruction page to view how you can further proceed on the spreadsheet, how you can use this spreadsheet concept. Okay, even you are given sample data as well. If you can find, there is an attached Excel as well where it gives you the sample data, how you should fill up that data. Okay, so we are not going through this entire thing right now, so you can go it in individually. So how you can get this rapid implementation sheet spreadsheet on your screen is by going into the task called manage rapid implementation, manage common configurations for financial rapid implementation. That is a task which gives you an access to the download this specific spreadsheet, right? So so let us fill up this data. Okay, so there is an name, at the header level there are few certain values which you need to provide. Okay, name, which means which is your organization name. What is the organization name which has to be used by the spreadsheet to create your configurations. Okay, as I have given Apple, it is going to be appended to various concept, various configurations, be it your chart of account structure instance, or value sets, ledger. Everywhere this name is going to be used. Okay, we will see how this name is going to be used in the upload process. Okay. The next one is the currency. Okay, if you put your cursor over there, what it is mandatory when no LE is provided, otherwise it is automatically derived based on the country of the legal entity. What does it mean is, if see, if the currency column is not mandatory as per the spreadsheet details. Okay, so how the ledger, see, currency is one of the one of the input value which you need to give while creating your ledger, right? Then how does this spreadsheet is going to derive the currency to create a ledger, right? What the logic behind this spreadsheet is, for while creating the legal entity, we will see that as well in this form, companies and legal entities form, we will be updating the legal entity details. Okay, while creating the legal entities, we need to provide the country of the legal entity which belongs to. So while uploading this spreadsheet, what application will do is, for each country application is going to create one primary ledger. Okay, so assume I have two legal entities from US and one legal entity from India, where I have updated those details in the companies and legal entities form. So what application is going to do is, it going to create two legal entities, two primary ledgers. One is for India and one is for US, with the respective currencies of that country. Depends upon the country selection on your legal entity definition form. Okay, so this is about the point that gives at the currency tab level. Okay, period frequency is for your calendar definition. You don't need to define your calendar as well. Okay, calendar also going to be created automatically, depends upon the frequency that you are going to give at the period frequency column. Adjusting periods are the periods, adjust how many adjustment periods you would like to append in your calendar, once at the year end.
Project
And
we have to create, right, Tirupati? Only project we
sorry,
have to create. Only project we have to create.
no, this is not about the project. It is about this spreadsheet is going to be used to create your majority of GL configurations, the chart of accounts structure instance, value sets and values, ledgers, legal entities and business units.
Okay.
Implementation project is, you need to create it manually once you done with this spreadsheet. Implementation, see, don't get confused with the implementation project. Implementation project is not a big task or an important task for in any of the implementation. Okay, implementation project is just a placeholder where you can track your configurations progress, which of my consultant is working on which task, where this consultant stands on that task configurations. That's it. Okay, it doesn't control any of your implementation, any of your configurations. Clear?
Okay, Tirupati, yeah.
Yeah. So fiscal year start date is for your start date of your calendar, right? So what is this format, guys? Just pay attention while you are working on this one. Okay, so if you place the cursor here, it is asking you to provide the date in the format month, date and year. If you give this data in a different format, it is going to be the validation process going to be ends up in error. Okay, so my fiscal year starts at Jan 1st 2023, right? So I have filled up the header data, wherein I had specified my currency, the calendar related defaults, as well as the name of the my enterprise, which should be used in deriving various setup configurations. Now the test next task is the chart of accounts. So here you need to give the chart of accounts, how your chart of accounts should look like. Okay, so segment, what is my segment and what are the segment label? This everyone is clear of, right? You need to give the segment label while creating the chart of account. Before creating the chart of account structure, you will be creating the your value set, and where value set you will be giving the prompt and what is the display width. That is all details you will be defining, right? So those details, it is more or less the similar values while you use manually working on your configurations. So at least half of them you need to provide in this spreadsheet, so that the rest of the job will be done by the application itself. Okay, so I am defining my chart of account structure now. Okay, department is my second segment, and for which cost center is the segment label which I want to assign, right? And the department length, whatever, 3 or 4, whatever you feel. Okay, account, right? Account is my natural account, right? Natural account segment value, and let me add it with 6, right? Then my product segment comes, right? Product segment doesn't have any qualifiers to be assigned, right? My intercompany segment.
Label not
Right?
mandatory, Tirupati.
Label, sorry.
Label not mandatory for all segments.
No, it is not mandatory. While creating your configurations manually, so you will be assigning the labels, the required labels, right? For company, you will be assigning the balancing segment. For account, you will be assigning the natural account. These are the mandatory, but the rest of them, the cost center or intercompany depends. These will be assigned depends upon your configurations, right? Why cost center is required? Because the financials can be tracked at cost center level as well. Basically, you will be using this cost center department segment for your, primarily you will be using for tracking your expenses at department level, as well as to track your assets and depreciation expenses at cost center level, at department level. That is why you use the cost center segment, right? So intercompany, obviously,
Okay.
when you have an intercompany balancing rules, then definitely you should assign the intercompany segment.
Okay. Yeah.
So for future, we don't have any label to be assigned, right? Okay. So what we did so far, we have just specified the segments which are required to be created for our chart of account structure. Right now, we need to provide the values that supposed to be created for each of this each of this segment, right? For company also, you will be creating the company balancing segment. For the company also, you will be creating we have so far created, right? The Apple INC, I have Apple Technology INC I have created, as well as Beats INC I have created, right? So similarly, the same information needs to be passed in the companies and legal entities and natural account. These two are the default spreadsheet tabs which got downloaded. But how come these the additional segments which we added, right? Company, department, product, intercompany, and future. These were additionally we just added, and there is no corresponding spreadsheet tab you in this same spreadsheet, right? How can you add those one? Just click on add segment sheets. If you click on this, what happens? See, the department, the spreadsheet is appended with the the segments we have added as part of our chart of account structure. If you can see, department, product, intercompany, and future, these are the four spreadsheet we just got added once I clicked on this option called add segment sheets. Okay, so which means one unique sheet will be added to the spreadsheet for each of this segment, the additional segments that we have added into the spreadsheet. Okay, so what does it mean is, for each of this spreadsheet tab, we need to provide the data which in return which needs to be created as a segment values inside your chart of account structure, right? So let us proceed with the company one first. Okay, companies and legal entities is the tab where I need to publish. Okay, so when you are navigated to the spreadsheet tab of this chart of accounts segments, this is the view how it looks like. But when you see there is an parent 9, parent 8, 7, 6 till 5, parent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, as well as there is a value called child and the company description, as well as there are certain additional details which are legal entities. The tab itself is talks about the companies and legal entities, right? What we do as part of our manual activity while creating your manual configurations, what you do, you create your legal entities in different navigation tasks, right? Once the legal entities are created, then those legal entities are going to be assigned to your primary ledger, right? So once the legal entity is assigned to primary ledger, then what you do, the immediate step, what you do, you assign the balancing segment values also to your primary ledger, right? Where does that balancing segment exist? The balancing segment values are exist inside of your company value set code, right? So that entire linkage is going to be handled by using only this spreadsheet. Only one spreadsheet is going to serve majority of your configurations, right? That is fine. Then what does this parent and child? If you remember, we had discussed about the and high level on the hierarchies, right? So what are the range of accounts for which, see, in Oracle how it gets tracked is, let us say you have just give me 1 minute, let me open an Excel. Okay, let us say your customer is spread across globe. It is a global conglomerate for which where you are implementing. Okay, so what happens is, there will be an obviously there will be an legal entities, n number of legal entities that exist, maybe 10, 20, or 100, right? In that case, the all the legal entities, all the company codes, when we say legal entity, which is company code, right? So these legal entities, these company codes may belongs to different, what do you say, different geographical areas, right? So how does this hierarchies works is, this hierarchies by using the concept called parent-child relationship. Okay, we can track the application, allows you to track at various levels, okay, by using the parent child relationship. Okay, so let us say I am defining my company codes in this way. Okay, so this is my company, my business spreads over all over right, all over the globe. And okay, these are the my US entities. Okay, Apple Inc, it's Inc, right? Apple, uh, Sweden, right? Apple, Germany, likewise. Okay, then Apple India, right? Apple India, Apple, whatever the country you can use, right? So these are my child values. These are my actual real existed legal entities for which against which I'll be booking my transactions, right? The values which I am defining in Oracle are these are my values which are referenced as parent 1 2 3 4 5 in our Excel spreadsheet. Okay, these are the columns which are listed. D and C are the values which are defined in Oracle just for reporting purpose. Okay, so if I define, so sorry guys. Okay, this is a pack, whatever. Okay, so this is right. So what I'm going to define is, while defining these spreadsheets, bit this logic is applies for all segment values, all whatever the spreadsheets that you are going to upload. Okay, so what Oracle if you define the structure in this way, what Oracle will do is, this is 100 200 300 are level 1 parents. Okay, and all these parents are part of level 2, which is 999. Okay, so when you book your transactions for any of these entities, okay, let us say I want to view the balances at my balance sheets at my Apple Inc level only, then I can run my report at BSP 101. But I want to see the consolidated balance at all US entities. Then I can run the report it by using the balancing segment value, the company code segment value, which is a dummy value, which is a parent value, which I am going to define in company segment, right? So if I query at the 100 level, it is going to give me the balances of all these entities. Okay, if I'm going to similarly, if I'm going to do it 200 level, it is going to give me the all the balances of these entities which are the European Union. Okay, if I am going to run the same report at the 999 level, it is going to give me the financial picture of all my group entities. This is how your parent child relationship works in Oracle, and this is how the trees are going to get created inside of your Oracle applications. Clear? Or anyone has any question on this topic before going into the updating the segment values? If you are clear, then we will update those details in one go.
Tirupati, simply we said 100 is the parent of 1012 104,
Exactly,
and 100 200 300 are the childs of 999.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
You can define how many parents you can define, till 9 parents you can define. I mean, if you want to report, I mean, if your requirement is to define it further detail level, you can further even detail. You can even track further detail as well. How many parents? Till 9 parents you can define.
Okay. Fine.
Clear?
Yes,
Okay.
Tirupati.
Then if there are no questions, then I think I'm going to use this same details, right? I'm going to update this same details over here, right? No problem. So so we have given the company segment, company details, right? The company segment details as of now. But have we created the legal and what is the legal entity? which needs to be created in the application, and have we given the link up which legal entity is going to be which legal entity is going to be represented with which company code. We used to do this activity manually by performing various tasks, right? Assigning legal entity to ledger, that is one of the tasks, as well as assigning balancing segment values to legal entity. That is the second task we used to do, right? So that can be done by providing your the legal entity details over here in the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet itself will do the rest of the job. Okay, so the name, what I'm going to name column, it is for the legal entity. What is my legal entity name, right? Let me fill it for one legal entity first, and we can fill out. Okay, identifier is the legal entity identifier, okay, which is your nothing but your legal entity registration number and other things that you will be configuring, right? So you need to give your country which from which the legal entity belongs to, right? The legal entity address. So this the legal entity details are optional, but you can fill up as you required. Okay, postal code, province postal code, I'm not aware, I'm just going to leave it blank. The registration number, the registration number and legal reporting number should be same. What is the use, we'll discuss later about this one. Even I need to explore. See, once you create a legal entity, it creates also legal reporting units also get creates by default. I think it is the while creating your legal entity, we will be creating uh, the payroll activity related entity as well. I think I am assuming this is the one legal reporting unit, but I'm not clear on that. We'll discuss later. I need to explore on that one as well. So we'll come back to that later. Okay. Similarly, for beats INC also, we should provide the details, right? So what I'm doing, just I'm going to paste it, and I'll make the changes as are required. Okay. Fine. So these are the details. With these are the details which I am giving direction to my system, saying that these are the two company codes which needs to be created inside of your company value sets, and the corresponding, these are the corresponding legal entities which supposed to be created in the legal entities area. Okay, fine. Next, our job is to create the account segment values as well. The logic is similar, whatever we discussed, right? Here we discussed about the companies, but what it would be in this case. So maybe 999 is my all accounts, right? Right, maybe my one series 1 2 3 4 5 6, I think. Let's see. Okay, whatever. So these are my maybe my expenses, all expenses, right? These are my actual accounts, right? Right. So similarly, the 2 series 2000, maybe my all revenues, right? So 2001 may be my uh, iPhone revenue, right? 2002 may be my rent received, right? Similarly, you will be defining all your uh, segment values, right? So all assets, and this follows your what do you call the segment values, right? All liabilities. 5000 will be your owner's equity, right? So what you are specifying here, what you are specifying here, so all nines is my top level parent record of my natural account segments, and this is having the further next level of parent values, of which the whatever the values which we are going to mention at column K are my real real natural account segment values, accounts which I am going to use for my transaction booking. Rest all whatever you see from JIG, whatever the structure that you are going to define are for your reporting purpose. Okay, so this natural account also you need to update this sheet with the values. Okay, so instead of adding this, I have the reference accounts which we actually use these values for one of the real implementation, so that you just take a copy of these accounts and upload back. Okay, so I think these details Nagarjuna has already given to you. You can use these values, or else I'm also going to provide these details, no problem. You see there are multiple levels of parent child relationship got defined in this application, in this spreadsheet what you are seeing in on your screen right now, right? So till parent 2 level already defined. Okay, but parent 1 there are many values. Okay,
Digits are here for 4 digits.
yes, I'm going to update that, that's all. So instead of making that 6, just anyways we are practicing it, right? For the account I have made it 4. Fine.
Till,
So
till,
similarly, yes, please.
is there any mandatory rule to, I mean, any mandatory condition for taking the width as a 4 for accounts like that?
No. See, this we discussed initial sessions itself. There
Okay.
is nothing mandatory. You should come to a conclusion what level. See, how do you specify? Let us say my company have for the department for the company code. My company have assume only certain company codes, right? You can use two company. See, if you use one display length, then you can define only till 9, right? If you use two, then 99. It is just you are giving the maximum chance, or maximum you are taking the maximum provision as part of your implementation to be able to create the majority of the entities, while if the business may gets expanded, right? There is nothing that you should use this length for this segment and this length for this segment. It's your skill that it's your skill that derive the solution as part of your implementation. Okay, fine. So for the department also, so we have defined some default values that I am going to update back into the department segment, right? For the product, I think product we had right? These are my products. Okay, so that I can track it mobile at 1000 level, I can track it mobile, and 3000 whatever the values, you can even use the 2000 series. It's not an issue, right? What is the length? 4 I have used, right? What it is over here for the product even it is 4, right? No problem. So intercompany, again the same balancing segment values we are going to create, right? The value set, whatever the value set, you will value set values which are in company should be updated in your intercompany as well, right? So I'm even creating a default one unspecified, right? What I did, I've updated. Fine. So we had provided the, let me close all these excels, my reference sheet as well, right? So what we did is we had provided the required segment values details as well, along with your the parent child relationships as well, right? So what it will do now, once the data is updated, sorry, we haven't updated the business units, usbu, it should be your the legal entity name. Okay, for I'm going to, it's usbu, I'm going this what I'm directing my system is to create two business units, one business unit for beads and one business unit for apple. Okay, fine. So what is the next process? Once you are provided the data, then what is the next process is, there are various steps. First, step one, see, there are the steps also given. Step one, you need to validate this sheet, so that application will do its validations whether the data is provided as per the predefined validations or not. It validates that. Okay, let us click on this validation. The validation is successful and no errors found. Okay, if anything is, do you want to preview the sample report? Okay, click on yes. So this preview report uh, tab got added, right? So if since we do not have any errors, there are no errors. But if anything is errored out, anything is error which is found in the validation, that will be displayed in one of the one of the tab as an error readers. Okay, this is about the financial statement report, financial reporting sample report. It gives you a default uh, a default P&L and balance sheet also gets created by using this spreadsheet. Fine. So once the validation is done successfully, next our job is to upload back this data into applications, right? How you are going to do this entire process? See, before creating a legal entity and business unit, your chart of account structure should exist in your application, right? So this is two-step process, two-step uploading process. As part of first step, what you are going to do, you are uploading the chart of accounts details, where it will create the chart of account structure instance. Okay, once this process is done, then we are going to upload this file. See, the step 2 and step 3, whatever these, once you click on here, what happens? Let us click on this one instead of discussing. Okay, so once you, as part of step 2, what is it? Generate chart of accounts file, which means it is going to generate a file, an XML file, for the chart of account structure details, which you provided inside of your spreadsheet. Okay, so just save this file. Okay, fine. This file got generated. Next step 3 is generate legal entity and business unit file, which also let me generate a file for legal entities business units as well. Okay, I'm saving these files on my desktop. Okay, just save it. Now the validation spreadsheet data is validated, and there are two files which which generated as part of the process. And now the next process is to upload back these files into the application. Okay, so first you need to upload the file which is related to the step 2, generate chart of account generate chart of account files. Whatever the file which got generated out of this step 2 has to be uploaded back into the application. How you can do? Just below that, upload chart of accounts. Okay, just click on this task. Okay, upload enterprise structure, right? Give the source file, chart of accounts. This is the file which I am giving, and just click on submit. So it takes you to the schedule process automatically. Once you click on submit and OK, it will take you to the application will take you to the page for the schedule process, where you can review whether the program got completed successfully or it goes into error or warning, whatever message you can see over here. Just click on refresh.
Tirupati, can you please show us again like where to go to this upload enterprise
Sure,
structure and hierarchies? Yeah.
we'll see that. For the anyway second file we are going to upload, right? We'll see that. It takes time because it needs to create the entire chart of accounts, your segment values, everything, right? It takes time.
Yeah, meanwhile, Tirupati, in reality, which one we use to create the chart of account structure and legal entities like that? I mean, manual or the spreadsheet in real time?
It depends upon the consultant. See, for in in my experience, generally I have used these spreadsheets for demonstration and lower instance process. I have never used the RI for rapid implementation for my implementation so far. But there are some consultants who have used RI. They majorly used RI rapid implementation, but they did it manual setups in rare cases. It depends upon the what approach you do. This rapid implementation process has certain limitations. Okay, depends upon the limitations. The customer, whether it depends upon the limitation, you will be explaining the what are the limitations that you are going to see. Okay, depends upon that limitation. What you have, see, automation, whatever the automation process you see, it will have its own pros and cons, right? So the major one benefit is the automatically it saves your time. But what are the limitations specifically in terms of the naming conventions? We will see that. See which approach you adopt, it depends upon the call, right? What is what are the benefits I'm going to get, what are the limitations I'm going to face, right? Depends upon, by evaluating them you'll be taking a call, right? The customer will take a call, right?
Yeah, Tirupati.
Okay, this programs got succeeded, which means the chart of accounts structure, chart of accounts are created in the application. You can, if you want, you can go back to the application task, manage chart of accounts structure instance, chart of accounts. You can verify that if you want me to do, but today's session may get extended for 5 to 10 minutes, guys. So Bear with me because we cannot stop in between. Apple, right? While the application, what we will do is we'll just come back here. We'll upload the second file and come back and verify the configurations. Okay. Or else let me why to create a configuration. Manage sort of account structures. Structure instance. Right. The deployment status is deployed. What is the name I had used? Apple. See, this is the structure name which got created, right? Structure instance, Apple. See, the value set. See, there are certain limitations. See, whatever the name you give, specifically on the naming convention, majority of the time, the limitations you will be seeing on what do you call the by using the spreadsheet. Okay, this is the value set code, value set name. What is this? Apple got suffixed for your whatever the segment name that you have given on chart of account file, right? So if the customer doesn't want this representation as well, obviously the RI will go up from the option, right? So if you look here, these whatever these activity that we used to do manually, that got automatically done by the application, as well as the tree structure. Trees also got created by the application itself based on the parent-child relationship that we established in the spreadsheet. Okay, this is the task so far the application got task so far created in the application, right? So someone asked me where do you upload the file. So the define common financial configuration for app implementation. Once we navigated here, right? So let me come back again. See, from the global search, at least this part you are clear, right? Rapid implementation, search for rapid implementation. It will show up the various rapid implementation related tasks. Define common financial configurations for rapid implementation. Click here, and it takes you to the rapid implementation spreadsheets which are available for financials. Okay, so there are various spreadsheets from which what we did, we have downloaded the create chart of accounts ledgers legal entities. This is the spreadsheet we have used. Can please someone go on mute, please, if you are not speaking. Yes. So what we have downloaded this spreadsheet and filled up this data, and out of which this spreadsheet we have out of which two files are generated out of this spreadsheet. So those two files needs to be uploaded back, right? In the same task you can see upload chart of accounts, upload ledger legal entity and business unit. These are the two tasks which we will be using to upload back the files into application. Upload chart of accounts is the task which you need to which you need. By using this task you will be uploading the chart of accounts file. Upload ledger legal entity and business units task which we will be using to upload your second file, financials common entities. Just click on it. Okay, once you click on it, will ask you to the choose the data file. Click on the choose file and select your file, and then just click on submit. Someone asked me how do you upload, right? So this is how, but there is an other process as well, how you can upload, right? In the Excel, it is in the instruction tab of your spreadsheet. You can see the upload process as well. Instruction tab has the details how you can upload. See, this is from, I guess this is from the schedule process. Upload enterprise structure and hierarchies. This is from your spreadsheet how you do. But this is whatever the task we have used, it is the simpler and straightforward one. So from the same task we have used. So keep on refresh. It triggers, it spans number of sub processes. Okay, so if you remember, for the chart of accounts, it had triggered many other programs. So at least this one, it triggered maintain value sets, maintain chart of account hierarchies, right? So what had happened? The first program created value set values and value set values, as well as hierarchies. That is what the two programs got triggered. But the second program, it had spanned many programs. If you see, just click on refresh. Complete accounting load chart of account values. Values got loaded. Complete accounting configuration. Create balances cubes. The cubes, balance cubes are getting created. Even that process also is in progress. Just keep on refresh. Once the process completes, your ledger should be available in the manage ledger, primary ledger tasks, right? With the complete status.
Tirupati. So before
Yes,
doing this, do we need to create like a user?
obviously, without user, how do you access to the application?
So we have to create user, then we have to do follow all the process.
Yes, yes, that is what I started, right? A user should have the application implementation consultant role as well, right? So otherwise, you will not be able to access to setup and maintenance.
Okay.
So what is the expectation out of this spreadsheet? Can anyone just explain whatever we discussed? It creates chart of account structure and structure instance. In return, the chart of account will be having its segments will be having its segment value set, and value set will be having its values, right? All those things will get validated, will uploaded back into the application. And your trees, the hierarchies also gets created, right? The hierarchies also gets created by using this spreadsheet, as well as your legal entities also gets created in the inside of your application. And the final step is also the business unit, which means whatever the tasks which you required for your GL are available in the application. Those tasks, those configurations should be available in your application to start posting GL transactions, right? So once the ledger and prime legal entities are created and assigned back, then what do you do? Right, you assign the ledger data access to the user for the GL roles, and you open the periods, and you can start booking your journals, right? That is what you do, right? For GL, assume in that case the application, the spreadsheet is going to create the configuration till business unit, right? What are the next configurations you need to do from the sequence? Once we created the business unit, what we did, we have enabled the business functions, right? What are the business
Mm.
functions?
Procurement,
Procurement, financials,
invoicing,
expenses. What
payment,
operations that are going to be taken care at the business unit? Those operations you need to enable as part of your business functions. Once that is done, what we created, we have proceeded to the creation of payables
supplier,
related options, right? The supplier we created later part, but before that, we created, we have created
Invoice
the
option,
common options for financials and
payable and
procurement, invoice options, payable options,
payment.
and then procurement agent. What else we
Assign
did?
the role.
Once the procurement agent is done, we have created the supplier side. Those are the configurations which needs to be replicated, okay, before working on the invoice creation process. Okay, whatever I discussed, whatever theoretical I have explained, these tasks we have already covered as part of our manual process, right? So what I'll do, I'll try to do those transactions offline. If I complete, then we'll start booking, we'll reach out to the Next, I'll try to complete the configurations till the supplier creation. So that we'll start from there in the next session. If not, we'll see. It takes 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, Tirupati, in rapid implementation process, itself create a legislative data group and manage legal entity HCM information like that, those data.
Everything. HCM
Okay.
information, manage HCM information. What task you are talking about? The LDG, legislative data.
Legislative data group and manage legal
It
entity HCM
creates.
information.
It creates. We'll see that one.
Okay.
Generally, it creates.
Sir, hello. Sir, how to define a parent-child relationship manually, sir?
We'll see that. We'll see that. Manual creation task. We'll see that. No problem. So since we have it is taking time, right? I think I can go back here. So this is, it is actually hierarchies. It is a lengthy topic. We'll discuss that. Leeladhar will discuss in a separate session instead of loading everything. It is a process. I mean, while creating your hierarchies, you need to create your establish your hierarchies, and there are certain process steps you need to follow. So we'll see that. So meanwhile, it is running. Anyone has any questions? Not specific to the rapid implementation. If you have something stuck in your mind, you can ask. Just use this time. So what you do is you download your own Excel sheet, and at least once, first time, you try to update these segment values manually. Okay. Depends upon the inputs what we discussed in a separate Excel. I had defined, right? So similarly, you can at least for understanding purpose, at least once you try to upload these values, try to update these values manually, and save this file in your local machine, right? Every time, you don't need to update this one. You can directly go and generate the files and upload into the application. It takes max of 30 minutes to complete your GL configurations, right? Even for subledgers also it takes, I mean, for AP, what are the configurations we have? The common options, financial option, common financial options, invoice and payments, procurement agent, and supplier side. It hardly takes max of 2 hours, right? So within 2 to 3 hours you will be able to reach out to your uh, payables invoice transactions as well.
Hello, sir. Sir, another
Yes,
doubt,
please.
is there any way that we can restrict a segment from user, sir? Like a segment called intercompany, we can restrict, like it is not visible to him for a particular user like that.
Security rules.
Securities we have discussed, right? Security rules and
It means the segment itself will be visible, sir, like for that user. Full.
no. Segment values you can restrict. You cannot restrict a segment.
Uh,
If your see segment is visible, but you have restricted the segment values, what is the difference it makes? Why you need why you want to hide a separate segment from the user?
It means like we are using the same chart of accounts for two companies, sir, but one company is separate, but it doesn't have any intercompany segment like that. So if we want to use the same chart of accounts, but without the intercompany segment, so we can disable it like that.
No, no, it is not like that. See, intercompany segment is used specifically when you have multiple companies in your enterprise, and if there are multiple companies transacts between them, then to track those transactions we use the intercompany. You should require the intercompany segment to be available for your intercompany transactions.
Just I gave an example intercompany. So not only intercompany, like any other segment which is like not required for that particular entity, so that we can restrict that full segment. Yeah.
So that is what the consultation skill. I mean, how many chart of account structure you are going to define. That is where the topic starts, right? If my enterprise have multiple legal entities, multiple companies, and which belongs to different business segments. One is into banking, one is into manufacturing. Obviously, my reporting requirements will be different, right? In that case, maybe you will be defining different chart of account structure for banking sector. You will be defining different chart of account structure for your manufacturing segment, manufacturing company, right? If you are really in such situation, you will be going for a different chart of account structure, not restricting the segment.
Okay.
Once the implementation is done, should I done the configurations offline, and you want me to go over the configuration once again for payables? What is the confidence levels, guys?
You can do it in offline and they just explain tomorrow once all the things. That's enough.
Okay, okay. I'll do it offline. I'll try to complete. Let's see how it goes. Or else I'll do since it is taking time. So we'll take a pause here, and I'll show you what configuration it gets created, and what are the next steps. If I'm able to complete something, then I'll explain theoretically. Okay.